What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Corded Tire Podcast. It has been a hot minute since we have all gathered here. But we figured what better time than the present to just kind of talk about feelings in life. I mean, cars.
Cars, yeah.
Are we getting deep in this podcast?
Oh, yeah. So what's on the agenda tonight, boys?
So on tonight's agenda, we are starting with, we're going to go over some of the cars that were unveiled at the Detroit Auto Show. So some of the hot topics are the 2020 Supra, obviously.
Oh, really? That came out? I didn't know.
It came out.
They actually released it, huh?
Yep.
Oh, fudge.
After teasing us for who knows how long.
When was the last one? 2001?
When the concept came out?
Or when the last Supra, the Mark
Oh, the
IV
last
ended?
Supra? Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Was it even 2000?
Who the hell knows?
But we're going to talk about the new Supra, the S209 STI, and the Shelby GT500. So we'll kind of go over our thoughts on those cars, tell you guys the specs, and how are we going to end this one, Matthew?
Oh, I think I'm gonna buy a car this year.
Uh-oh.
Matthew's buying a new car.
So I'm
Ooh, new car time.
Yep. Trying to decide what I'm gonna go with.
Volkswagen fucking Beetle.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew needs your help, basically, is what it comes down to.
I have a few ideas, but
We have some ideas
there's a lot of different options.
I'm going to try to convince you to buy a Volkswagen Beetle.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Manuel.
I'm gonna punch you every time I
Manuel?
see it too. In a Manuel. Can you see it? I don't think I can see myself driving one.
I
of those.
do. It'd be sick. We'll get you nice set of wheels, a little lip kit action going
Oh, they got
on.
those wheels that look like
We'll
flowers.
get you one of those like blow-off valves that sounds like a turkey chirping. Like, it'd be great.
You get some eyelashes, little steering wheel
sick.
cover.
Oh, yeah, you can get the little eyebrows for that make it look like a ladybug.
I'll always be rocking flowers in that thing, in the little flower. Do
We'll
they
get-
still have the little flower
We'll
pot?
take it to like the kids down at the school and be like, guys, like paint whatever like happy pictures you want on this.
No.
Oh, shucks. All right, so
Let's get started here.
what's the first car? Well, let's just get into it.
The Supra.
The Supra.
Supra. What do you guys think?
It sucks. No.
I don't think it would have been that hard for Toyota to come out with an all-aluminum 3-liter 6 that was just simple with a turbo. Like,
How much?
You don't have to reinvent the wheel with every single new car. Like, and I think that's the problem, is that all these car companies, when they come out with a new car, they just want to reinvent the wheel again, and everything has to be the most high-tech.
They overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
It's like the formula for a successful car is like so simple. I mean, in my eyes, I'm not.
Well, that's the problem.
I'm
is
not an
that
auto manufacturer,
Yeah.
but
they got to appeal to the masses, I guess. That's the problem.
yeah. See, like,
Not the enthusiasts, the masses.
how do I put this? How much time you guys got?
Here we go.
I love the Mark IV Supra.
Yeah, I do too.
I want to own one. It's one of the Halo cars, and I always think it's cool when a manufacturer decides to bring a car back that was like so epic and legendary, and it always brings excitement. But I always feel like I'm disappointed in the end.
Yeah.
And I think the Supra kind of falls along those lines. But here's what I will say: when they released the concept for it, I thought it looked sick as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, even with like kind of like the more Formula One inspired like front fascia that they had going on there, with like really heavy aero, really aggressive vents. I'm like, this thing looks cool as shit. And it looked like it was going to be like kind of more of a bonkers car. But so I'm been kind of like so tied up with like my own bullshit that like I don't pay attention to stuff anymore. So like I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah.
Like it came out, so I like looked it up to like look at shots and like read the specs and like everything else. From a weight perspective, I think the weight's good. 3,400 pounds is like not terribly heavy for the Supra's a Grand Touring car.
Yep.
Right, so like I wasn't expecting it to be like 2,800 pounds. Like 3,400, I think is pretty good because that's like kind of on the cusp of like a Grand Touring car. When you go, the cusp between Grand Touring and like sports car. When you go past that, that's when the weight really starts to become cumbersome.
Yep.
Even in production form, I think it's a very pretty car.
It's a good looking car. I agree.
I love the 3/4 view from the rear.
Yep. With the built-in duckbill.
I'm a sucker for duckbills.
Yep.
Like I think they really did a good job. As I moved into the interior, I kind of felt cold.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that interior, but it just looked, to me, it looked very unenthusiastic. It almost looks like something I would see in like a Golf or like a Jetta. That's what that was like the vibe that I got when I first laid eyes on it.
It's pretty simple, which that's okay with me. The interior didn't really bother me all that much.
There's just something about it. Just looked very generic.
Yeah.
You know, like the exterior of the car looks really special, but the interior of the car like just didn't really seem
Falls
like,
a little bit short.
Yeah, like it just seemed like they could have did a little bit more. The powertrain. See, this is the powertrain. I feel like I have the same problem with it that I had with the FRS and the BRZ. When I saw that they were bringing back the AE86 like Hachiroku concept, like I was like, that's gonna be sick. And the concept photos for that were sick. And that was a car. I think they like unveiled that in like 2000 or 2001. Like I have sports compact cars. Sports compact car, like that was still around, and like they were like showing like preview photos for that.
Wow.
But like when it came out and I saw that they collaborated with Subaru on the drivetrain, no offense, buddy.
Wait, you mean with BMW?
No, I'm talking about FRS.
Oh, the FRS, yeah.
Like I love the FRS. I think the FRS is a beautiful car. I love the interior of it. Like I think the price point is like fair. Given
Thought process behind the whole car, though, just being like a raw front engine.
Yeah, like
drive.
the philosophy, all the fundamentals are there. Yep. It's just that powertrain like just left me cold, and that was the reason. That was the exact reason why I didn't pull the trigger on one.
The craziest part about that car is that they didn't even have to develop a new engine for it. If they had just given it the 2GR,
I know,
a compact V6 as far back, like put as far back as they could in the engine bay, that car would have been an absolute like track weapon.
Oh, dude, I literally would have went. That like I'm pretty set on not buying too many brand new cars, but like even if it was a few $1,000s more, I probably would have went and bought one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
A starting point at like 30 grand.
Yep. I mean, like how much more money does it really cost?
Yeah. They've got the 2GR and like what all the Lexuses, all the
I know it's like all the R&D is already done.
Yep.
If you could fit an LS into that damn thing, there's no reason why a 2GR won't fit in it comfortably.
Yep.
So I kind of feel the same way, and it's like it's not even that like I think there's a problem with the BMW powertrains because they actually seem to be like decent. I don't love the way BMW engineers their powertrain layouts. I really feel like they package things pretty tight. Like even the S54 and my Z4, which is like it's fine. Like there's plenty of room in that because that's a very long hooded car, but still like doing certain jobs. Like I changed all the belts on it. I had to get underneath it to change them. You know what I mean? It's like when you have that tight of packaging, and I look at the turbo motors, starting from, I guess it would be the M4 powertrains and up, where they like put the intercooler crap on top and like
everything's so tight. We're looking at that M4 like, GTS is like
at that shop, and it's like, how the hell do you work on this?
You can tell that they're not designed for the mechanic at all.
Yeah, and that kind of I don't know. Like when part of my thought process when like looking at a car is like, will I work on this?
Yep.
If I don't want to work on a car, then that's a problem because I don't take my cars for service.
Yep.
I don't care if it has a warranty. Like I just don't want anybody touching it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because then there's like you take out any variables, then it's like there's no questions, no wondering, no issues.
I agree.
And yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like I will say this, and not to sound like cheesy and talk my shit up, but like after I like went through everything and like saw the specs, saw the drivetrain layout, everything like that. It kind of really made me happy that I own the C4M.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a pretty close interpretation of a modern day Supra.
Yep.
Should we tell the people the specs just to give them a refresh?
Oh, hell yeah. Go for it.
So the Supra has a 3-liter inline six, single turbo, twin scroll, right?
I didn't actually see if it was a twin scroll or not. I would assume it is.
Yeah, probably. But it makes 335 horsepower, 365?
Yeah, 365 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 64.1 seconds.
Yeah.
50-50 weight distribution, too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's... And
they nailed that.
And one thing I don't understand is they talked so much about how it's not about the numbers. It's about how the car feels when it's driving.
And then
there's
they brought
two
us
pedals.
8-speed auto.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about that.
That's
the biggest
that we need to bring up here.
Yeah, that's the biggest nail in the coffin.
I keep reading though that it's not like set in stone or anything like that. If there's enough like demand for it, that it might happen in the 2021.
It would be a smart move from them. But here's what I think is going to happen. I think the car is going to get shit on in reviews. Like, but it may not. Like most modern cars, right? Any sports car produced in the past 10 years are pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Out of the gate, like, it's hard to argue like the performance that comes with like a modern day car.
Yeah. The chassis is well developed.
Oh,
They said
yeah.
the torsional rigidity is
Oh, I'm sure
greater
it's...
than a LFA.
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Oh man, I just splooged coffee
You
out
getting
of my
excited
Pelican.
about that
Yeah.
torsional rigidity throwing your coffee.
Oh man.
Hey, that's a nice mug you got there, by the way.
Thank you. Suki and Sam. Matthew's got the little cat.
Oh yeah, it's got a little mouse in it too.
But yeah,
yeah.
modern cars are like rigid as hell. Like you don't, I think they're rigid to the point where like it doesn't even matter. You don't need any more rigidity.
Yeah.
Like even my the Z4M, that was BMW's most rigid car at the time. It's like 33,000 on the whatever the scale is, Newton meters or pounds or whatever they use to measure that metric, which was like, to give you comparison, an E92 V8 M3 is like 15,000 or 14,000 or something like that, if I remember. Maybe 16 or 8. It's somewhere in that vicinity.
What's the Miata, like 7?
Yeah.
Probably like 5
1,000,
pounds.
yeah.
I don't know. I know an FD is 15. An E46 M3 I think is 12, or 12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? E92 is probably 18,000 because it was just under double what an E92 M3 was, which is like, that's rigid. Our RX-8's over 30,000, and that's a very rigid chassis too. Like that's pretty good, you know.
But I think, like you said, though, it comes to a point where like it doesn't really matter.
It honestly, what it does is it makes the car safer. That's why they do
Yeah.
it, right? So they do it because the car becomes safer, but it does start to like mute the experience out because it's so stiff. Like you don't
feel anything.
don't feel as many of the body motions and stuff, which is like not a bad thing. But like I don't know. Again, like not an engineer. Like I wonder if the cars get so rigid that almost like may hurt performance because the body can't flex and conform to like the unevenness in road surfaces.
Could be right.
That's a good point.
I mean, suspension should do that, but
the
like,
suspension geometry should make up for that. Right? Yeah.
Well, maybe next year we could test one of these out
Yeah.
when they come out. In August? September, August?
Yeah.
I will say this: I don't understand why they went with an 8-speed auto, because like DCTs are pretty well
common.
available. They or what BMW does what DSG, right?
Yeah.
Do they call it DSG or is it DCT in the M3?
DSG is Porsche, so I think it could be same.
No, Porsche's PPK.
PPK, never mind. I'm sorry.
Everyone has their own
I
name.
can't keep up with
Yeah.
all these freaking automatics. I don't. The bottom
Oh,
line is-
DSG is Volkswagen, right?
Yeah, maybe DCT for the BMW, but either way, it's like if it's an auto, like it really leaves me cold already. And especially a car that's like not crazy.
Yeah.
It's one thing if the car's like 900 horsepower, like maybe I can like understand having that sort of gearbox, but like when it's
They could have brought the car down to like 45 grand too. I feel like with a simple manual transmission and.
It probably costs more just because they're not going to sell a lot. I mean, that's the real sad reality.
Yeah.
I get why they do it because nobody buys manuals anymore. And I don't speak for the market because I ain't buying these turds brand new. So like my opinion really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'm just an idiot behind the camera, bitching.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the next one?
I don't know. I feel like we should talk more shit about this.
I know we're really hating on it.
I say one thing though, it does sound nice. I've heard some sound clips.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the 2J sound.
Like I don't hate that. I really don't hate the BMW like M2, M3, M4 powertrains in the new one. Like I think they're pretty stout. They sound good. Like it's really my only real gripe is the packaging, you know. But I think it's cool that they kept to the concept of the original Supra.
Yeah.
Like let's put it this way. We're talking about like remake cars, right? I think Toyota did a better job rehashing the Supra and offering it at that price point, especially given today's market. Because what was a Supra brand new back in the day?
They were
like
close. They were
40
40
grand,
to 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like real money.
That's
in today's
70 to
terms.
80.
Yeah, easily. So they're under that price point. And that car is more true to the original Mark IV Supra than say the new NSX. Because I think I hate the new NSX with a passion. Like that is not an NSX.
doesn't
It should
interest
not
me,
wear
yeah.
that badge at all. And there was one more point I had to make about this. I'm losing it now.
You see the rendering of the Supra lowered on TE37s?
Oh, it's sick, the white one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like throw TE37s on anything.
Well, that's the thing that's so cool about a lot of these new cars now is like they got the design language down like so good that you don't have to like touch aesthetics on most cars. Like literally a set of wheels and a drop like is just like boom, done.
There's already companies doing like wide body kits and stuff like that, but it's like
Well, like why would you?
Yeah.
you
It
don't
doesn't.
need
That thing
to.
already looks like wide body as hell.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
With
It's
the
like-
vents and stuff. Like
It's like strapping flares on a it's like flares on flares.
Yeah.
Kind of looks weird.
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't even think you necessarily have to lower it either. Like a lot of new cars are like
sure, like maybe a little bit because they leave a little bit on the table, but yeah, most like even my Z4M set of wheels on that stock suspension like transformed the car.
Yep.
It was pretty good. I mean, I still did suspension because I'm a racer and I care about the drive, so I changed it. But didn't they say if they're going to do a manual, it's going to be a 4-cylinder turbo, and that's going to like replace the FRS or something eventually?
They said that the 4-cylinder could replace the FRS. Like that was, I don't know if that's like how true it is or if it's just speculation or what. But
I will say this: like there is part of me that hopes that with the reintroduction of this, that the car does well, and that it brings down the values of Mark IVs. Sorry, any Mark IV owners out there.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
It may.
Yeah.
But it probably won't. You're probably right. Like the raw cars, like that's the thing. Like people pay so much money for these cars is because you get that experience, and there is some of that gone on modern cars. Like they're not cars anymore.
Yeah.
You're driving like a piece of technology.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like not the same.
Didn't one sell and bring a trailer? It was like a record breaker a couple weeks ago.
150 grand. It was a red one, right? 8,000 original miles.
Yeah.
Untouched.
Oh my god.
Twin turbo, the red one. I think it was 150 grand that it went for.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
I love that car, but that is freaking ludicrous.
I know.
I mean, but look at
It's a shame,
NSXs.
yeah.
Like I just watch them selling all the time through the roof, and I'm just like, it's a hard pill to swallow. Like when you look at, like I told you, 97 or 98. Whatever the first year of the 3.2 with the 6-speed was, is like $65,000. Like at the end of the day, like $65,000 for a mid-engine DC2 Integra with a hopped-up Accord engine is just like fucking crazy to me. And I love those cars.
I know, they're awesome. It's a shame.
All right, I think I'm done bitching about this. You boys want to add anything?
No,
else?
yeah, I'm
no,
all
I
set
think we
with
covered
Supra.
our feelings on that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, so I will say this. Like, I'm happy that they did it.
Yeah.
I would rather them do this than not have done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So like, and Toyota's like been out of the sports car game other than the FRS for a long time. So it's good to see they're like getting back into that market space.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, that stealth gray on the A90.
Oh yeah.
You
It's
see
like
that
a
color
matte.
option?
It's like a matte gray.
I think I did see a couple
really
photos
looks
of that.
good.
It brings out the
Looks
body
great,
lines
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
With
It's
the
a beautiful. I think even in production form, like, cause you know how production cars go. They show you these flashy ass things that like look so sick, and then like the production one comes and you're like,
What happened?
what happened?
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, I think all things considered, they did a really good job. Even if it's got like cheesy fake vents or whatever the case is, you know, like I still think they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Bringing it to production.
All right, what's next?
Next is a 2020 S209 STI. So this is the first time. All right, I'm a Subaru fanboy, kind of. You know,
I like Subaru. I like Subaru.
I don't.
I can get on board.
Quinn doesn't.
Yeah.
It's okay. We still get along.
I'm just an old grumpy man. Don't mind me.
I think the newer one. All right, we'll just talk about the S209. So I don't want to get into.
So
that
we're
much.
finally getting an S. There's been the S, 204, 05, 06, 07, 08. This is the first time we're getting an S car, S209 in the States. So that's exciting. They're only bringing 200 over though, so I'm guessing there's going to be a markup at the dealer.
Good luck getting one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get one.
They stuck with the EJ.
Yeah, so basically it's the EJ 257, same engine since 04.
Forged internals.
Since
forged
World War
crank.
II.
Yeah.
Stronger internals.
Excuse me.
Basically, yes, since World
Pulled
War
right off
II.
a P51. Yeah.
Just air cooled now. I mean water cooled.
Oh, Quinn's going to poop all over this one.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna behave. I'll behave.
So it makes 341 horsepower, but the way they do it is like all the things I would want to do anyways.
Yeah. So it's like you're getting a warranty with what you would want to do.
Yeah, so it's good, but I mean, it's like I would want to do it my own way,
Yeah.
So they do a slightly larger HKS turbo,
Yeah.
and all the supporting mods they do: fuel pump, injectors, a hard turbo inlet. So that's good because that was a pain in the ass to do on mine.
I don't know if Quinn knows about this. They have a intercooler sprayer that's controlled by by a steering wheel paddle.
Didn't Mitsubishi do that with the Evos?
They did it with the older ones, but
Subaru did it
Subaru
too.
did it too. Yeah.
I think the Evo 8 when it came
On the
out had that.
GDs, Subaru did
I
it.
mean, that's cool if you're dynoing and you're heat soaking the shit
Yeah.
out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. BBS forged
I'm
wheels.
already being bitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about the
Wait,
positives.
what was the horsepower on this thing?
341.
And what's the normal one?
Like 305.
So all turbo upgrade, fuel pump injectors for 30 horsepower.
what
Why
I-
don't they
that's
just
what I
boost
said.
2 more PSI?
Well, they did too. It goes
There's
from like 16 to 18.
18 pounds now.
Wait, with more boost than
With
30
more boost.
horsepower?
Yeah, it's a bigger compressor wheel too.
What happened here?
Maybe the mid-range is more.
So I knew that they made a 209 STI, and I only know it because I seen them like in a lot of best motoring like battles, like 5-lap battles or whatever. And I didn't know much about the car, but I saw that like they had the 209 designation after it. Is the body different? Like, do you get anything?
Or
Like,
ricer
Well, we probably
wing.
saw the older like S204 or
whatever.
S205.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're saying.
The 20
Oh,
ones.
it's got
Yeah.
canards, I think, and a
does,
and a
yeah.
ricer wing.
Oh, so this
Big
thing's
ricer,
like.
Yeah, it's got bigger brakes too, 6-piston calipers, forged wheels.
Okay, so you're getting a fair amount of more stuff.
Yeah.
And what's the price jump?
Has flares too. It's wider.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's wider track. Yeah,
It looks really good, in my opinion. You get it with white and gold wheels, which is the spec I would get, or blue with gray wheels. It also has a carbon roof, which is nice.
That's cool.
That's
So you don't get that in the stock one now?
No.
That's neat.
Yeah, so that's a big perk.
But what's the price
yeah.
difference?
What's the price? I don't know.
About it'll probably be like 50 grand.
So
What's
as
the
much,
no-
as, much as the
what's
Supra.
a normal one now? Like a normal STI?
Like mid 40s,
Yeah, 45.
like low 40s.
They're in the 40s.
They're getting
Holy
Dude,
shit.
Very
WRXs,
expensive.
even WRXs are like in the 30s.
I'm so out of touch.
Yeah.
I'm so out of touch with modern times.
I know it's crazy.
that's a lot of money. I remember when STIs were what, like 33, 32.
Yeah. I remember looking at them in the showroom, brand new.
Yeah.
32.
Damn.
Yeah, that's WRX pricing now.
So here's the question: would you rather have an STI or the Supra if they're both 50 grand?
I would rather have an STI because it's a 6-speed.
Yeah, I would rather have the STI too.
This is a hard question. I don't like all-wheel drive. You have to come back to me on this.
It's a practical all-around daily though.
Yeah, 4 doors.
It's fun.
Oh, Mr. doesn't have
I
kids.
got a Lexus.
I know you don't like all-wheel drive.
I got a
but
Land Cruiser. Pack 10 kids in that bitch if I need to.
That's true. But a dual car.
I got a backseat in the RX-8 for 1 or 2 little Rugrats if I needed
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's a daily right here.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's nice.
Pack some little kids.
I would
in
rather
there.
have that
Yeah.
out of all 3.
Yeah.
Your car.
To think that's half the money of like a brand new STI.
I know.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
What did these go for new?
This one was 74 new, spec out. That's what the sticker was with all the options.
Yeah, buddy. Dude, German cars, they have some serious depreciation.
Wow.
Gotta get them at their dip.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought my Z4M with 34,000 on the clock from a dealer for 28.4 was the negotiated price before like fees and taxes.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
That was in 2013.
Yeah, even like GTIs, you can't even get it in under 25.
You've had that since 2013?
Really?
Yeah, no, because 25 is like what I want to spend. Like that would be like the cap, and you can't. GTIs are not even in there.
How much are they now?
They're like 26 to 27,000.
Wow. It's crazy, man. Why? But see, this is the problem that I have. Like, I'm a car guy and grassroots guy, and it's like I look at 30,000. Like, even like let's use FRS, right?
Yep.
What's FRS? 28 grand.
Yeah.
28, 27 grand. Like,
Maybe a
I
little
look
less.
at $27,000. I'm like, shit. I'll go buy an RX-8, a clean ass RX-8, which I did for 12 grand. I'll mod it, and it'll be better.
Yeah.
You know, and it, like doesn't compromise anything. The only thing that I'm saving on is I just don't have a car payment. You know, I look at that angle for a lot of things. It's like, well, I could buy X car for 10, 15 grand, put another 10 grand into it. You know.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, anything else you want to say about the?
The interior is sexy. I can say that. The Recaros, and it's really nice.
Subaru has made big improvements to their interior with
They
the newer
have.
stuff. Yeah.
If you go sit in my car, you'd be like, wow, this seems very dated.
That's always been a gripe of mine, is their interiors just all look like. I don't know.
But
They look
Have
like
you
base
seen the
model
newer
cars.
ones?
I saw your buddies. What year's your buddies STI? The blue one?
2015.
I thought the interior actually looked much better on that.
Yeah.
Like it looked like they took a few steps forward. And you know what? Like I think I know I crap on about it, but like I think the interior is really important.
Yeah.
Like that's where you are in the car all the time. So like having a nice interior, it doesn't have to be over the top. I don't like when there's too much going on. You know, I'll use the RX-8 as an example. I think the RX-8's interior for like a more modern day car is like awesome.
Yep.
It's just like it's clean, but it's like you could still tell that you're in something like sporty and special, but like there's no, it's not like crazy. You know, I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah.
What do you know, Quinn?
Nothing.
All right, next car on the list.
Well, the GT500.
Yep. Over 700 horsepower.
Yeah.
Naturally aspirated?
No, it's supercharged, right?
Yeah, 5.2 liter V8 derived from the GT350, but it's like, how derived is it?
It's not. Yeah, I know. If it's not a flat plane crank, how
Yeah, it's a
derived
cross
is it?
plane
Yeah.
crank. The red line's at 7,500 RPMs instead of,
That's high for a cross.
That is high. Yeah.
what was the GT350?
It's like 82.
But actually, I think that didn't the Boss 302s, they were cross planes, and I thought they revved to like 7,500 also. I could be wrong. I knew it was at least 7. Because I remember saying, like, reading it, I was like, wow, that thing actually revs kind of high for...
Yeah. No, 7,500 is still pretty...
For a
still
giant
up
motor
there,
like
yeah.
that? Hell yeah, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot.
Yeah, I like Ford's answer to like the I guess this is their answer to like the Hellcat or whatever the
Yeah, the
with
ZL1.
high, yeah, I don't know, the high horsepower Camaro, but like I feel like it's more than just how much horsepower it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
The
the weight
all-around
on this
package.
thing?
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it
I
does
could say
look
that.
good.
It looks sick.
Yeah?
Have you seen it?
I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't know this thing was out until 5 minutes before this podcast.
It's pretty aggressive looking. We'll drop a picture of it.
Do we
Yeah.
know curb weight on it?
That we'll have to figure that out. We didn't.
Ah, curb weight.
Probably
we
over
didn't-
4.
I don't know off the top of my head.
4,000 pounds. Yeah.
And I wonder that, like, why is it that all these cars that are, like, there's like that, whatever you want to call this classic car, like street legal ready 10-second cars, right? I'm assuming a quarter mile time with a DCT and over 700 horsepower probably be in the 10s.
We should touch on that topic too. That it has a 7-speed DCT only.
I thought it still wasn't set in stone, just like the Supra.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the same thing. Like they probably want to gauge how many people are going to complain about.
Everybody complain. Anyone who's watching this, go complain. So we
Yeah,
get
seriously,
some,
go complain.
We need the Manuels back.
Just complain. Everybody, I want you to just bitch
Yeah.
fest to everything. But like all these like whatever you want to call them, the hot rod drag race cars out of the box, like Hell Charger, Demon, or what is it, Hellcat, Demon. What else is in this arena? This thing.
There's a Camaro. There's a hot Camaro.
Yeah,
the
the
ZL1
ZL1
though, I thought the ZL1 was like more of a track car.
They're all like over 4,000 pounds,
Yeah.
and like I don't know what the curb weight is on this. Like if they can make it under that,
I mean, Ford tries. They have the carbon wheels on this one.
but like
pretty
even
cool.
GT350 was like not that light for like a sport.
Yeah.
Like that's a sports car, right? The GT350 is a sports car, but what was it, 37 and change? I think maybe if you got the R, it was like
That lined it up a little.
high 36. It's still kind of
Yeah,
porky
it's-
for like a car that's like track oriented, you know. Like don't get me wrong. Like I know that they perform.
Oh yeah.
They put wide enough tires on to compensate for the weight, but like I'm just like that loser that's like, well, there's tires, there's brakes, like all the consumables are going to cost more because you're going to wear it out like that much faster.
I think we left off talking about how American cars are fat.
Just like Americans.
Just like Americans.
Fat cars for fat people.
Basically.
Tonight on the Quarter Tire.
Look at us sitting here with our cream pies and
Yeah,
our
I know.
chips
And pickles.
Hey, I just been eating the spicy pickles.
and our dirty dills.
Dirty dills, baby.
All right. Well, I think with the GT500, I'd rather just have a GT350.
Oh hell yeah! I'm
Yeah.
not a Mustang guy, but like I actually really like the GT350.
I do too.
Even the weight thing considered, like
It's a special engine.
it's special engine.
Yep.
Hell yeah! And like honestly, like I really wanted an E92. I like E92, and I looked at the GT350. Like I'm like, okay, this is like kind of like an E92 heads up comparison. Maybe it's probably not as comfortable. It's definitely not as like sophisticated or refined. That's a good way. As the BMW, but I would totally consider dailying the GT350. But honestly, like I think the rod bearing thing with the E90 stuff and E92 is like kind of like if they're good and you give the oil adequate warm up, like I've been having good success with my S54, which also you see a lot of cases of rod bearing replacements, but all of them are cool cars. It's really like it's cool to know that these are all options because eventually I'm gonna retire the RX-8 as a daily because I'm gonna probably put like a 3-rotor or something silly in it because it's just a sick car. Like I'm totally believe in the suspension engineering in it, and I'm gonna want something to daily to replace it. And I don't know. Those are the first 2 cars on the list are GT350 and E92.
There's gonna be 3 rotors all over this garage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all about rotary life. Like if I can rotary everything like feasibly, like I probably would.
We should probably get working on these.
Matthew, why you gotta call me out like that?
Stressing them out.
I'm a busy guy.
Someone else called you out in the last video.
Dude, every video, they're like, how's the rotary Miata coming along? And I'm like,
you got a part for it the other day. You got
like,
a V-band for it.
It's coming. Yeah, I got the clamps for the intake manifold. So, let's do this. You could pick 3 of these. What's your order? Would you pick them in?
Goodness.
I don't. I mean, am I spending the money or am I just getting these cars? It's free.
You just get it. You have to maintain it and pay for whatever running costs, but like you could just have them. What was your first pick, second pick, third pick? Hey, I'll give you guys mine. I'm gonna go with the Supra for my number 1, and here's why. Because it's a BMW derived car from the Z4M. I'm gonna say it's refined. I'm going to say it's like more luxurious inside. The fact that they equipped it right out of the box with an 8-speed auto like tells me that it's probably going to be more very GT in nature and very comfortable place to be. I think it's a beautiful car. I hate auto boxes, but like I bet you that 8-speed, even though it's like even though it's a traditional auto, like shifts fast as hell and it's plenty fine.
Yeah.
I would take that and I would daily it and like I'd rock that thing to work and then I'd do exactly what I just said.
You know what gets 30 miles to the gallon?
No way. That I can't.
I know
believe.
you really care about that.
I don't believe that at all. I like that's impossible. You can't. A 3-liter is not going to do that.
30 miles to the gallon claimed highway.
Something seems really off with that, but I don't know. My 3.2 liter S54, me driving it gingerly with some spirited driving gets like 15, 16 combined.
You got 6 throttle bodies. This is an efficient turbo.
That's efficient. You're not splitting the air between 4 or 6 runner paths.
See, that's where the STI falls short. Is the motor is not efficient.
Yeah.
You know, they're not getting 30 miles per gallon. I sure as hell am not. And it's essentially the same engine.
Dude, I don't think I've ever had a car that got 30 miles per gallon. Yeah. Ever. In the history of my life. I'm used to teens. Yeah.
or single digits with your rotaries.
Honestly, like, that thing doesn't really get worse than like 15. Maybe if I'm like super like JGTCing it every day on my commute, I'll maybe get like 14, 13, like
JGCTing?
JGTC.
Wait.
Japanese Grand Touring
Oh,
cars.
okay. All right.
There's a quote from Best Motoring that's like, this is a big digression here and I'm sorry, but I think it's worth sharing now at this point. Manabu Arido, he loves Supras and he has like a 550. I'm sure it's probably more now, but back in the day when they did the video, it was like they had it on the Toge. And they're like, this is Arito's daily driver with 550 horsepower. His philosophy is JGTC every day. Because he raced in JGTC and he raced the Supra. So that's what I thought. Anyways.
Cool. Makes sense.
So I would pick the Supra. And plus it's rear-wheel drive and I'm sure I can still asshole and hoon that thing around. And it's like, it may be even lighter than that STI and the Shelby. It's definitely lighter than the Shelby, probably close to the STI. Second pick would be the STI because it's manual transmission. And I guess third would be the Shelby. And I vote Shelby last because it's forced induction, boring crank layout, heavy as hell probably in an auto.
Yeah. Just kills me that the Supra's auto. I want to pick the Supra.
Yeah, I'm going with the STI for my first choice.
Yeah.
That's definitely mine. Manual, do everything car.
It fits me
fast as hell.
It is.
If you can make it rear-wheel drive on the fly,
oh, that would be awesome.
I would pick that.
Why hasn't Subaru done that?
Why doesn't anybody do that?
I mean, you could throw like 70 to 80% to the rear.
I think Audi with the R8 did that kind of.
Yeah, Ford did it with the RS. I mean, that drift mode is like 90%.
See, the problem is, like, what did I drive? I drove one, and I actually, like, put it into a decent slide. Like, it still feels like when you start to apply gas, like, to balance it, it still starts to do that all-wheel drive-y, like, understeer.
You're talking about the Focus you drove one?
In the middle of the drift, yeah.
BMW's doing that with the new M3 and M4, too. They're going to have an all-wheel drive option, but the option to also send it all to the rear.
That's like that's what I mean. Like if you could just completely eliminate that front, like
the Skyline.
there was a period of time where I was like, man, like I still kind of like the Audi R8. I like the Audi R8 because I think that was like one of the closest things to come out of the box that would be like a successor to the NSX.
Yep.
I'm not saying that I agree with the engineering and all the stupid problems that they may have, but I was like, that car's pretty cool. Like I think it's 90% rear wheel drive most of the time. I was like, if you could just maybe like pull that front diff out to save some weight and make it rear wheel drive, I bet you the car would still be pretty balanced and be really cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matthew.
Oh, I'm STI is my choice.
Oh no, I was gonna say, what's your
we're
next car? Let's go on to the next segment here.
my next.
Oh no, did you guys give your order? I chose all
Mine's
three.
STI
We gave our
Supra
number one.
GT500.
Okay. And what'd you pick, Ryan?
Oh
STI?
yeah, I'd go in that same order.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well there you have it.
I'm sure the GT500 is fast as hell and sounds nasty,
Yeah.
but
I drove a 750 horsepower older GT500.
Oh, the whip, like the root style supercharged one, the one
Yes.
with they had a live axle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been
It
an
was
animal.
scary as hell.
it was wild.
And it wasn't scary as hell because of the power, like because it was heavy. So like it felt like more like a normal weight car with like, I don't know, 550, 600 wheel horsepower. It was just scary because like it was so heavy, it was loud, like it was just in the suspensions like kind of like not happy, like doing like high speed like corner exit stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't do corner stuff.
It didn't want to do corner stuff very much, but I told it to do it. But yeah, it was just a little scary in that regard.
So,
All right.
is that it? Are we good?
I think that was good.
Let's hear. I want to hear what everybody
How
has to say.
are we gonna finish this off with these?
You want a ghost pepper chip?
I thought we were gonna cram a whole shitload of these things in
do
our
it.
mouths and see what happens. I say we just wing this thing right now.
I'll just wing it right now.
Just do it up.
Let's do this.
Just give us each
Show
a stat.
show it to the camera what it is.
Oh yeah, we got some
Pronounce that for everybody, Matthew.
Packy.
Paqui.
Packy.
Haunted ghost pepper chips.
Haunted ghost pepper chips. Yeah, I had one earlier. It was good. So what do you think I should get a few of them?
Yeah, there you go. Just gonna jam it in your gullet all at once.
Would it hit you already?
Inhaled a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good tasty though.
Oh, I feel that burn.
It's not hot just for the sake of being hot though. It has a flavor.
No, it tastes good.
It gets hot after.
Oh yeah. Should wash it down with some spicy pickle juice.
Yeah. That'll cool you down.
These are really good.
They are pretty good. Oh, it's hot though.
But yeah, just wait till you stop
We're
eating.
not
them.
even fucking recording.
My Shannon's going. Aren't you, Shannon? Better be. On thin ice, Missy.
Little slut.
Can't say that. I'm in it, Matthew.
I'll bleep it out with the goat.
Woo!
All right, that's it. Until next time, guys.
Thank you all for tuning in. My mouth is on fire.
Yeah, it's hot.
Ooh, hoo-y. All right, guys, we are out.
Yeah, let's go. Look at some water.